All right, ahead of getting some details, if any, on that meeting and the vote later on today, where do things stand? Let's go to Chad Pergram. You will catch him in his spare time at Mensa meetings. He is that scary smart. He's on Capitol Hill with the very latest. What's your read of things?
Well, the fact that everybody's being so circumspect down at the White House right now, Neil, is that they don't necessarily have an agreement. We were hearing from a senior administration official recently that they're working toward getting a deal, but they're not there yet. I am told that kind of the calculus here is they can get most or all of the Freedom Caucus members on board, they might try to move ahead with this bill, and it would be a very narrow vote. Now, at the same time, just one level below me here in the U.S. Capitol, we're on the second floor downstairs. On the first floor, the group of moderates, the Tuesday group, is meeting, and they're the ones who feel like they really got the screws put to them last night. Charlie Dent, a Republican from Pennsylvania, put out a statement last night indicating that he was a no. This is a tough vote for those members. And again, let's think about the mathematics here. There are 430 members of the House of Representatives. The magic number is 216. It will probably be a little bit lower than that because you inevitably always have some absences. We know of a couple of Democrats who won't be here for sure. Bobby Rush from Illinois, his wife died. Louise Slaughter from New York, she's been in the hospital. So that number is going to be a little bit lower if and when they ever take that roll call vote. But you just can't win this vote by one. You might remember back in 1993, there was a former member from Pennsylvania who happens now to be Chelsea Clinton's mother-in-law, Marjorie Margolis Mezvinsky. She's a former member. There's a reason, Neil, she's a former member. She cast the deciding ballot to pass a budget package at the behest of President Clinton, and she paid for her political life with that vote. So you really need to win by about 2 or 3. Also, if you have some members dithering, if they are going to force a vote maybe later tonight or even over the weekend or something, you always, if you're the whip, have a couple of members in your back pocket. These are what we call, in case of emergency, break glass votes. In other words, you know everybody is going to be there, you think everybody's going to be there, but in case you don't get the votes you actually want, you have those people in your hip pocket if you're Steve Scalise, the whip. If you don't need them, well, then they can go on and vote their conscience, and the whip usually releases them. But right now, Neil, there is no vote scheduled. There are meetings going on all over the Capitol. Kevin Brady, the chair of the Ways and Means Committee, one of the architects of this bill, is downstairs in the office of the House Majority Leader, Kevin McCarthy. So a lot of jawboning going on right now, but no agreement yet as to whether they should forge ahead with this bill.
Now, what would happen, Chad, in the event that these are some of these members leaving the White House right now in this parking area between the Eisenhower Executive Office building next door to the White House and the White House itself, and so they're not stopping to talk to reporters. So what do you glean into that, Chad, if anything, that they're not talking to anyone?
Usually when members are quiet, that means something's up. Last night we were outside the Speaker's office. He had this group of moderates, the Tuesday group, in there, and everybody left very surreptitiously. And those who did walk out, Bruce Poliquin of Maine, Ryan Costello of Pennsylvania, they didn't say a word. Sometimes these members think that they're being asked to walk the plank, and that was kind of the readout I got from some of the moderates last night, that they think that these changes are a bad bill. And also, people don't want to commit until they see legislative text. Remember that the House Republican leadership has put out a website that says, read the bill. They made a big point about Obamacare, saying, well, members hadn't read the bill. Well, whatever these changes are going to be, no one knows precisely because no one has seen that revision yet.
Real quickly, if the Speaker would move forward with a vote if he felt that it was going to pass, right?
Well, we have been told that we think that they would go ahead no matter what,
really?
Whether that's today or tomorrow, but that is unclear. And here's why, Neil, because this is a special budget reconciliation package. You're considering under special budget reconciliation rules, which don't have as much impact in the House, but do in the Senate. The reason they do it that way is they can shut off a potential Democratic filibuster. Otherwise, they can't move this bill. It is a murky parliamentary question. If you have defeated a reconciliation package in either the House or the Senate, whether or not you can resuscitate it. You only get one shot at budget reconciliation per year. And so if they have an outright defeat on the floor, that could be dangerous parliamentary territory to bring it up again.
All right, buddy. Thank you very, very much.
Anytime.
Amazing. Chad Pergram in Washington, in the middle of this labyrinth of all this intrigue here.